This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutastrophe and welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy episode. And this time we take a look at Jack Nicklaus, who was actually in a Simpsons episode. Well, he didn't voice himself, but he was in sequence. When Lisa is put in a beauty queen pageant for Miss Springfield, Little Miss Springfield, pardon, she basically is upset over one of her competitors, Amber Dempsey, who basically is got a lot of range as a pageant queen. She was Little Miss Pork and Little Miss Kosher in the same week. And she basically tells Marge that Amber Dempsey is like the Jack Nicklaus of golf. And Marge pictures Jack Nicklaus bending over to pick up his ball. No, because they win a lot of events. Oh, well, I can tell you that Jack Nicklaus is 80 years old today. I'm actually shocked he's that young. I thought he would have been like in his mid 80s. Because I know he played in the 1960s. But anyway, he's won 117 pro tournaments, 18 major championships, which is 3 more than second place Tiger Woods. Nicklaus focused on the major championships and didn't play a lot of regular PGA Tour events. He competed in 164 majors and got 73 PGA Tour victories, behind Sam Snead and Tiger Woods. Nicklaus won 2 U.S. amateurs, almost won the 1960 U.S. Open, but his first professional victory was at the 62 U.S. Open in an 18-day playoff. So basically, he had done pretty well for himself. In fact, he did things. In fact, when he joined the Senior PGA Tour, when he was eligible in 1990, you had to be 50 years old. He won like 10 championships, including 8 majors, even though he played a limited schedule. So basically, this was amazing that Jack Nicklaus would win 8 senior majors and to add on to the 18 other majors he's got. He basically's got a lot of good golf course designs. One of his famous is Harbor Town Golf Links. And Nicklaus is the head person for the memorial tournament. So anyway, he did very well for himself. He went to the Ohio State University, where he won the U.S. Amateur twice and an NCAA championship. So anyway, Nicklaus made history in '61, becoming the first player to win the NCAA golf championships, this individual title, and the U.S. Amateur in the same year. But he was followed by Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, Ryan Moore, and Bryson DeChambeau. So, yeah, he did pretty well for himself. Despite him being an amateur at age 20, he only lost the U.S. Open by 2 strokes behind Arnold Palmer. It's the lowest. If it's 282, it was the lowest ever by an amateur in the U.S. Open until Victor Hovland in 2019. So basically, that record almost stood 6 decades. Oh. Nicklaus played the last 2 rounds with Ben Hogan, and in the final 2 rounds, he was combined 2 under par. He shot every round of the tournament at or below par. So basically, I think it was par, -1. It was the only entrant to do so. Nicklaus actually led by 2 strokes with 6 to play. So that's not bad. He did okay. The next U.S. Open, '61, he actually took 4th place, 3 shots behind Gene Littler. Yeah. So anyway, did pretty well for himself. So he did his college students. He has 5 children. The first one, Jack Jr., or Jackie as he's called, basically was his caddy for a while. Ohio State was happy. He actually decided to be a professional because he needed to support his family. And he missed out on graduating from college. by a few course hours. However, Ohio State in 72 gave him an honorary doctorate. So basically, he was under. His first PGA Tour win was the 1962 U.S. Open. He and Arnold Palmer were tied for the lead. They went to the 18-hole. They had an 18-hole playoff, and he won the playoff. The gallery wanted Palmer to win because he grew up closer to the golf course. So basically, Nicklaus at age 22 was the youngest U.S. Open champion since Bobby Jones when he was 21 in 1923. And that was the youngest winner until Jordan Spieth did it in 2015 at age 21. This was amazing. He got to be a Time magazine. In 63, he won 2 majors. His first Masters and his first PGA Championship. Those victories made him the then youngest winner of the Masters and third youngest winner of the PGA Championship. He did pretty well for himself. And then he started doing business stuff. So basically, Nicklaus did very well for himself in the early days. And all that. So it was amazing what he could do. So we're going to go into the 1979 when we talk about Nicklaus. I know you won a lot more majors, but anyway, he was supposed to be at the end of his rope, if you will. In 1979, that was the first time he ever didn't win a tournament. He had only one runner-up finish, plus a tie for second with Ben Crenshaw at the Open Championship behind Seve Ballesteros. Previously, he won a PGA Tour tournament every year, which was like 17 years. And he won at least 2 tournaments a year for 17 straight years, which was a PGA record. Nicklaus had problems. His lifelong swing teacher, Jack Grout, said that he was too upright with his full swing, which caused a steep approach into the ball compared to a more direct hit. So he flattened his backswing. Then his short game got fixed. In 1980, Nicklaus got 4 top 10 finishes in 14 events. However, 2 of them were victories. The U.S. Open and the PGA Championship. Nicklaus actually broke the record for scoring in the 1980 U.S. Open with a 272, eclipsing his record from 1967 of 275. It stood till Rory McIlroy's 268 in the 2011 U.S. Open. Nicklaus's second win at Bottistrol Golf Club. And he even had a 63 in round 1, which was amazing. And had the same playing partner for all 4 rounds. Isao Aoki from Nihon. Entering the final round, Aoki actually caught Nicklaus with 3 rounds of 68, but Nicklaus pulled away on the final day. And Aoki's 274 was the lowest score for a runner-up and all that. That was his 4th U.S. Open, tying him with Willie Anderson, Bobby Jones, and Ben Hogan for the most titles. And then the PGA tournament, he beat Eddie Bean by 7 shots at Oak Hill. Basically, his putting saved the day and all that. This was his 5th PGA Championship and his final one, which elevated him to record holder in the most wins in the stroke play era because the PGA Championship, I think, was match play at one time, and tied him with Walter Hagen for the most wins overall. So Nicklaus's 7-shot margin is the largest for the stroke play version of the championship until Rory McIlroy's 2012 title. This victory actually made Nicklaus the only player since Gene Sarazen and Ben Hogan to win the U.S. and PGA Championship the same year. Tiger Woods would equate that in 2000. So basically, Tiger did okay. Jack did from 81 to 85. He only won 2 tournaments. The Colonial in 82 and the Memorial in 84. Nicklaus was doing pretty well for himself. He almost won the PGA in 83, but Hal Sutton beat him to it. Nicholas was close in the Canadian Open and marked his 7th and final runner-up finish in that tournament. It's a record for that event. So Nicholas was 7 times runner-up. I don't remember if he won the Canadian Open or not. But anyway, this was amazing. Jack Nicklaus would basically be fantastic in the Ryder Cup in 81 and 85. No, 81 he was 4-0 at the Ryder Cup. And in 83 he captained the team to beat Europe. And then there were a lot of weird things, especially in 1986, because at age 46 he was deemed too old to win the Masters. He actually put up a great back 9 on the final round, 6 under par 30, which was amazing. And that led to a 7 under par 65. At the 17th hole, he did fantastic and rolled it for birdie. And that ended an eagle birdie run, which shocked everybody. Nicholas was the first to finish, and then he waited for Tom Kite or Greg Dorman to try to beat him, but they failed. So, yeah. It was amazing. It was his last PGA Tour victory. At the 98 Masters, he actually tied for 6th, even though he had a left hip injury. That's amazing how Nicholas was in the top 10 at age 58. During the course of his 25-year span from 62 to 86, he won 18 majors. He took second 18 times. If you don't include the 1960 U.S. Open as an amateur. Wow, that's amazing. And he almost got to a playoff on 5 occasions. The 63 Open, that being the British Open, 67 PGA, 75 Open, 77 PGA, and 79 Masters. That's amazing. And then in the senior tour, he basically did fantastic. 8 majors on that thing. Nicholas basically finished up his U.S. Open career in 2000. He had a good 73 on the first round at Pebble Beach, but then second round in 82, and he basically sucked. All that. He went to the PGA title championship for the last time in 2000 and missed the cut by a 1 shot just days after his mom died. He nearly put it up. In 2005, he actually went to his last Masters, but it was a month after his grandson's death from a drowning accident. And his final major was the 2005 British Open at St. Andrews. So anyway, he did fantastic. He actually got a 15-foot birdie putt to end his career. It was amazing. So, as we said, he's a course designer. His first solo design is Glen Abbey in Oakville that basically has hosted the Canadian Open for many years. Jack Nicklaus actually redesigned the oldest golf club in the U.S., St. Andrews Golf Club in New York. He did a lot of great jobs and all that. So he had a lot of playing style, good playing style. Jack Nicklaus was given the opportunity in 2006 to dot the I of Script Ohio, the Ohio State thing, with the marching band. He was the 5th non-band member to get the award. That's amazing. He was given the Congressional Gold Medal. So that's amazing. So yeah, 18 majors. The 62 U.S. Open, the 63 Masters, the 63 PGA, the 65 Masters, the 66 Masters, the 66 British Open, the 67 U.S. Open, 70 British Open, 71 PGA, 72 Masters, 72 U.S. Open, 73 PGA, 75 Masters, 75 PGA, 79 Open, 78, pardon, 80 U.S. Open, 80 PGA and 86 Masters. Amazing. As we said, he finished runner-up 18 times. 4 times at the Masters, 3 times at the US Open, 7 times at the British Open, and 4 times at the PGA. So basically, he's won 6 Masters, 5 PGAs, 4 US Opens, and 3 British Opens, which is amazing. So yeah, he did a lot of things. Heck, he's even on a Scottish banknote. So that's amazing from the birthplace of golf. So anyway, thanks for watching. I did.